Hello, welcome back to our sustainable journey. This is Steve. Today is a Friday, and so I just did a pickup of food scraps. So I kind of want to show you guys what that looks like and how we manage it all. So inside the bed of the Jeep here are 21 buckets of, or 21 5-gallon buckets of food scraps. If I could get this to open, you can see what that looks like. Come on. Okay, so inside 21 buckets. So that's that, and then we have the trailer for the rest. And in the trailer, we have another, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 28, plus some giant pumpkins. Because we also do pickups. Oh, and then we also do pickups for pumpkins. And then we also have a 55-gallon tote from one of our customers. So, what did I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 28 plus 21. So 49 buckets plus a 55-gallon tote. So let's see what it weighs. I'm kind of excited. So we use a animal scale. So this is a giant scale. We'll fire it up. We use this to weigh animals to make sure everybody's healthy. Oh, we don't need to see that. That's just depressing. So we'll get the food scraps in here. I weigh out to probably 9-10 buckets at a time. And then we'll see how it all stacks up, and we'll see how much we've actually pulled in this year. I'll get the computer fired up and we'll take a gander. I kind of wanted to talk briefly about how our food scrap program works. So you see me bringing in these 5-gallon buckets. These are from residents. What happens is every week we give them a fresh bucket, and they fill it up with their household week. Some of them are weekly, bi-weekly, some are monthly, and they fill it up with, their food scraps. So apple cores, banana peels, eggshells, coffee grounds, coffee filters, things like that. And we give them a new one every week, every other week, or once a month. And then we just weigh them here so that we can see how much the worms are processing and see how much we're going through on a regular basis. And so the pickup area is within, I would say, 30 minutes of home. That way we're not, spending too much money on gas and wasting the whole point of saving all these food scraps. And so we keep them close. We were kind of restricted. We don't do certain areas, like apartment complexes and things like that are a little bit tougher. Unfortunately, just because we can't get access. So we try and get bulk people to sign up. So if somebody on the first floor signs up and then a few other people on other floors, then we can all kind of meet by their garage to swap buckets and stuff like that. So that's kind of the whole idea, so that we take up the least amount of energy as possible in the pickup and swap process. So there you go. Food scrap pickup in a nutshell. This pumpkin. 60 pounds. That'll keep the worms very happy for a while. So some people have asked, do you get the pumpkins all at once or do they spread out? Well, it's Thanksgiving week coming up, and we're still getting pumpkins, and we will continue getting them probably through December. So it's kind of nice that they're spread out like that, except when there's, a giant 60-pound pumpkin. Because it's the worms' favorite, and so I like to treat them over the holidays. It's like a little Christmas, Thanksgiving gift, I guess. And then we also use it to bait them out for other things that we do during the winter to grow up the bins and things like that. So 60-pound pumpkin. Cool. Okay, we're all loaded up. We can bring it down to the barn, and then I can just feed it to the worms straight out of there. So yeah, so super labor intensive, but just 1 day a week. So it's like I get my exercise. So overall, it was 1,026.6 pounds. All right, but when you take into consideration there were 50 buckets, and so I have it take, the formula there is each bucket weighs about 2.5 pounds. Each giant tote weighs about 9.75, and so we take that out of the total, and so we're at 891.85 pounds. So that brings the total for the year 891.85 to 18,219 pounds of food scraps kept out of landfills this year alone, and we still have a long ways to go. Weekly, so we've got 5 more, I think, pickups. So if we're at between 700 and 800, the last couple have been, you can see there's a small one there, but 900, 900, 900, small one, 700. So yeah, we're definitely gonna hit 20. We'll see if we get to that 25. So kind of cool. So now I will get these over to the worms, and we'll get those guys fed. All right, so Gypsy's clearly hungry. So what happens is we pull a flake off, and a flake is like one grouping of the hay. So we'll pull off a couple of those and give them to Gypsy and Bree, because apparently she's dying of starvation. She's like a cat. Like, there's plenty of food out there, but I don't know, you just need to shake the container or something. Maybe she'll see it. Hopefully you can see this. So these are called 3x3 bales. They're 3 feet, basically 3 feet by 3 feet by 8 feet, about, I think, 800 pounds roughly of hay. And there's 4 of them here. There's actually a 5th one that we've already broken into. This will be the feed for the Dexters this winter. So we have them here in the barn, or this is the shed, we call it, so that they stay dry and out of the elements. And then I also got some bales of straw. So we have that for keeping things dry. So that should hopefully be enough to keep us for the winter. We'll see. So we use the straw, keep things dry. We gave some to the dogs. We built them a little shelter, and then we give some to the pigs, and then we'll use the rest for various things around the farm. So this is why I say when you go on a hay ride, it's not a hay ride, it's a straw ride. They're mislabeling it. This is hay. See the difference? Straw. Hay. Straw. Big difference. So let me show you some other stuff that's been going on. We built the dogs a little makeshift home, because they're getting bigger. And we had, see, they had this little tiny dog house that they love, but you can see Sarge here and Duke here, they're a little big. So we built them this shelter, just very, very, very basic shelter. And then after we did it, we started getting out our Christmas decorations. It's like, oh, we built them a manger. Funny. So we have that just to kind of block the elements. It's going to start snowing here soon, and so we want to make sure that they're ready and protected. So we'll build another wall in the front so that they're blocked on all sides from wind and whatnot, but they stay outside permanently to keep an eye on the animals and stuff. So I figured we'd build up a big shelter to keep cool and relax and whatnot in. So far all they've done, I can show you, is spread the straw out and play with it. And they're not really using it, so they've kind of spread it out all over the place. Yes, hello, hello, hello. But they'll get there. So, another new thing this week. Propane tank for the furnace in the barn, so that the worms and the chickens keep themselves at a nice hot temperature. So, this is a 500-gallon tank. We already have a 1,000-gallon tank up there, but this one is just for the worms and the chickens, so they are pretty darn pampered because they like it warm, as do I. So the reason for that tank was so that we can have the barn be a balmy 60, 62 degrees, somewhere in there. I think I prefer it to be 65. My wife prefers it to be 60 because propane prices are crazy expensive. Which is why we're working on getting the wood burning furnace going for the winter. I will show you that in just a second. So in one corner of our property, see, there's the house. This lovely doodad is called a wood burning furnace. So what happens is you open up the door, you load in your wood. This whole thing is basically a giant tank of water, and so water circulates around the fire, heats up, circles back to the house, and that is what warms your house. And so we just, once you start a fire in this thing, it basically stays burning all winter. Problem is, this pump right here has gone bad, as they do, and so I have one on order, so I will hopefully be working on fixing that in the next week or two. It depends on how long it takes them to get here. So soon we will have wood furnace going. So we have, you see our little wood piles. We've got 4 IBC totes that we've converted to wood piles that are here, and then I've got more over in another part of the property. And you know, we're surrounded by trees that have fallen. I'm not really interested in taking them because animals are living in them, but worst case scenario, if we somehow manage to burn through all 4 of these plus the other stuff I have piled here, we have options. Just because I think propane is like $3 or $4 a gallon right now, and we've got 1,500 gallons worth of tanks. I'd rather go through the wood that we have than pay for propane. So yeah, so soon we'll get this thing going. It's nice it hasn't been too cold, but cold enough that it's worth getting it going. You didn't honestly think I wasn't gonna cut into this giant ass pumpkin, right? All right, so we've got our 3 breeding trays. So we're at 650 subs. When we started this, we are at 690, I think. So keep them coming. We love new subscribers, and we can't do this without you all. So I'm going to cut into this giant pumpkin. Do you cut your pizza in triangles or in squares? I cut mine in triangles, but I cut my giant 60-pound pumpkins into squares, I guess, because that's really the only way I can do it. Let's see. All right, so there's a nice slice. We're all the way through. Yeah, we are. Okay, I'm gonna cut it down a little bit. Cut that one down a little bit. We don't want to overfeed them, right? So, I don't want to break this knife. Let's see. Let's just pull that out. Oh yeah, that is a lovely. Oh my gosh, that is so thick. Look at how thick that is. That's like 3 inches thick. hate to decorate this thing. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'll pull that up, and I guess I'll just lay that in there like that. Okay. Yep, see where they all are. They'll find it. For sure. And we'll cover them up. And we'll check on them in a week and see how well that grouping them. This tray, so they've got a little bit of pumpkin from last week still. This was their trap. Yeah, they're still chowing on it. Well, sorry guys and gals, you're gonna get some more. So just look at the seeds. Even the seeds are huge. Huh. I wonder how good they would be. Okay, so then we cover that up. And this one. Oh, I still got, see, mold. Mold is good. Mold is your friend. Anybody that says otherwise doesn't understand how composting works. See, there's a whole bunch of them right there. I'm gonna trick them into moving over. So let me get another hunk of this giant pumpkin. My Lord. I might keep some of those seeds for next planting season. Okay, so then we'll cover them up. See, there's little wanderers. There's always wanderers. No matter what you do, you're gonna have some wandering worms. There we go. We'll check on those guys and gals in a week. Maybe we'll just feed them giant pumpkin. Maybe it'll make giant worms. Man, look at that. That is awesome. Cool. So that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy the video. Give us a thumbs up if you do. I am going to go do some turkey hunting. It's that time of year. Thanksgiving's just around the corner, so I want to make sure we have a fresh turkey. I've seen some wild turkeys out here already. I think I've seen 4 or 8 or something. I'll if I get some, we'll put some after the credits for you to take a look at. All right. See y'all later. Take care.